Hello and good morning. Happy Thursday. Hope everyone is well. So we'll give just a couple minutes for people to join us and then we're going to dive in. If you are watching the replay, we kind of get started with the breathing around the kind of 4 or 5 minute mark. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Jennifer Main. I'm a transformational guide and an initiator. I help people to step up and step into the highest potential of themselves, live their purpose. And that's a big part of what these meditations are for over the last weeks is helping people to develop a regular, deep, lengthy meditation practice, which I know that changed my life when I really started to do that on a regular basis. It changed loads. So it's really to help people to get into this practice of being mindful, being present, being aware for the day, of healing old stuff that gets in the way, that creates filters, that that causes issues within our lives. So thank you for joining. Morning, Jan. Yes, so the hope is that you'll continue with these or continue to meditate, in the coming weeks and months ahead, and that you're noticing the benefit of that, because it absolutely makes a difference. I know it has for me. Morning, Caroline. Making the mornings amazing. Thank you. No, I'm glad. Morning, Lissa. Thank you all for being here. Morning, Dawn. So if anybody has any questions or anything that's come up over the last few days, with any of the other gifts or virtues that we've been tapping into, tuning into, I've been getting a few messages from people talking about how they're working through some things. And I think yesterday was a really interesting one. I think people really felt like they needed to hear it again. So I think the one around grace is really one that has gone deep with people. It's definitely healing a lot of stuff. So with any of these, if you feel like you need to watch them again, you want to hear them for a second time or third time, then absolutely do that. Each time you listen, the information goes a bit deeper. You'll hear things that you didn't hear the first time. Sometimes repeating these is a good thing to do. You'll find it goes deeper and deeper each time. Morning, Liz. Morning, Claire. Morning, Tracy and Allison, Sarah and Elsa. Morning, Kirsty and Julie. Morning, Yenny. Saving all of them to listen to again. Perfect. Yeah. So they'll be here. Yes. So hopefully this week has gone well for you. We're on day 7 of the Divine Virtues. I don't know what I'm going to do next. Haven't gotten that far yet. Morning, Jason. Yes, blessed to be here again, definitely. Let me know how everybody's doing. We'll start the breathing in just a couple minutes. If you haven't had any water, please make sure you have a bit of water before we get started. Morning, Ritzia. Morning, Louise. And make sure that you're sitting somewhere comfortably, that you're warm enough. It definitely makes a difference to your body if you're sitting in a place where you're comfortable, where you're supported. It just allows yourself to relax to that deeper degree. So make sure that you look after your body before we get started. Excuse me. Morning, Emily and Lisa with an exclamation point. Morning, Katrina, dipping in before work for wisdom. I need lots of it. I'm sure you don't, but yeah, please join or come back if you can. So we're going to have fun with some wisdom today. So what I would encourage you to do, here's the morning. The plants are homemade, here at home, made it through the night. Good. I think it's supposed to warm up again. So hopefully that's us through the cold snaps. I'm really ready for some warm weather. Really ready. So we've done obviously 7 days of virtues. There are more than 7. So, you can Google it or you can tune in. And if there are virtues that you feel would be useful for you in your life, then, take some time to meditate on that, study through that, ask yourself ways that you can apply them more, that you can live them more. It's really about the application, which is what we're going to talk about wisdom today. Feel free to continue with this knowledge and learning beyond just this week. Morning. Yesterday was very deep. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad. Cool. Morning, Rona. Right. So I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and start with the breathing. So we're going to do this. You can sit or you can lie down for the breathing, whatever works for you. And you're going to do this at your own pace. And as you breathe in, you can breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. It will just create a circuit and a cycle of energy and just start to get energy flowing through you. The breath helps us to really be present and in the present moment. So even during the breathing, if all you're doing is focusing on that in and out, then that will help to get you into a place where you're just really here. And that's the whole point of this breathing, is to get us really present in the room, in your body, for when we go into the meditation. So whenever you're ready, just go ahead and close your eyes. And just at your own rhythm, your own pace, nice deep breaths in and out. As you breathe in, I want you to breathe in love or peace. And as you breathe out, feel your body relaxing. Feel everything calming. Just start to feel it all slow down. So if you've been rushing around this morning, or Michelle, or if you've got lots buzzing around in your head about today or the future, just allow all that stuff to settle, allow it to calm. It will happen. For now, you can just be present with yourself, present with your body, present with your healing. Nice deep breaths. Filling your lungs and then feeling that energy expand beyond your lungs, through all of your organs, all of your cells. Breathing in life force and vitality. Breathing out anything that's stagnant, that's old, that's stale, that no longer serves you. Just witness that breath and that energy going to all parts of your body. If there's any areas that feel like they're not receiving that, they're not part of that in and out, that flow, just breathe a bit deeper into those places and allow yourself to relax just that bit more there. Allow any tension, any stress, any part of you that feels the need to control, just surrender all of that now. Morning, Max. Just notice how your body responds to the in and to the out breath. Just really allow your body to receive that breath and all the goodness that's within it. And anything that's getting in the way of that, breathe it out. So breathe deep, feeling nice and refreshed, nice and clear-headed, clear-minded. As you blow out, just releasing any confusion, any clutter, any debris. With the breath, feel your mind becoming more organized, more orderly. Moving into Gemini soon, so you might as well start preparing. Nice deep breaths in and out of all of your chakras. Your energy centers open up and breathe and flow along with your breath. Feel the harmony within that flow. Feel the grace within it. Just taking a couple nice deep breaths. Move into your heart. Breathe deep, feel your heart expand. Feel all of your energy expand. Whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. Or if you want to stay with your eyes closed for a few more moments, then feel free. I'm going to chat through wisdom, and then we'll get started. So thank you everyone for being here. Morning, Julie. Yes, we're going to have some fun with wisdom today. Yeah, I feel like, I think, you can, within all the virtues, you can recognize the virtue within all of them. The gifts and why they're important. I think this is the one that, not that it's the most important, that's the wrong way to put it. We're not ranking them. But if you can allow yourself to recognize how wisdom can transform your life, it really, really will. And if you really allow yourself to immerse in it and to embody it, it will change everything that you do, everything that you say, everything that you think. So I'm going to encourage you today to set some intentions for areas of your life that you would like to invite more wisdom into, or if it's just your life as a whole, which is even better. If there have been times in the past where you've been lacking in wisdom, today is an opportunity to surrender that, to let that go and let that heal. So we're gonna get clear on what wisdom really is, how you can work with it, and how you can embody it. This is definitely a day for embodiment, and we're gonna focus a bit on kind of the crown and the third eye, but ultimately it's going to connect with all of your energy centers, with all of you. In terms of wisdom, morning, Mel, thanks for being here. In terms of wisdom, so there's a difference between knowledge and wisdom. So you can know the dictionary, you can read, you can study, you can learn, you can accumulate knowledge that sits within you. And that's great to have that. It's great to have that, all that within you. It's interesting, it's fascinating, it will deepen you in lots of ways. But until you start to apply that knowledge, it doesn't become wisdom, it doesn't become true understanding. So you can read books about the world, but until you really understand how that knowledge applies, how people live it, how people embody it, then it doesn't really have an effect on your life. It's not something that really is a part of your being and a part of your deeper understanding. Morning, Kate. So knowledge is amazing. I will encourage anybody to read and learn and grow in their knowledge and in that capacity in any ways. But for me, it is always about the application. And you see people who over and over again, they'll take courses, they'll read books, they go out to learn and learn and learn, but then they don't take the time to apply it. And I think sometimes that learning, that kind of obsession or this thing to learn can sometimes get to the point where it's almost an avoidance, because we can start to doubt ourselves and think, well, I just don't know enough. But the reality is if we take what we know and we apply it, then we have the skills and the gifts that we need. So wisdom is something that is developed over time, but it is a use of knowledge. It is the application moment. Oh, Maritza having a deja vu moment. Awesome. Have fun with that. I love those moments. I definitely taught this stuff in my sleep last night, so you may have picked it up on some level. This happens a lot when I teach. I teach the course all night long, and then I go into class, and I'm like, you already know it. Let's go. Awesome, Sheena. We're going to have some fun. um, so wisdom is definitely this quality of having experience, knowledge, and good kind of judgment or good understanding. But again, that embodiment of it, that application within it. And so that for me is the difference between kind of knowledge and wisdom or understanding, is it is an embodiment. It's an applied learning. And I also, what I would say as well about wisdom is that it is, it can come from experience, whether that's your experiences or by learning from others. We can absolutely learn from others. We can recognize what to do and what not to do. But for me, it's experience without all the baggage. So it is absolutely knowledge and understanding that is a result of healed trauma and pain. So it's not people operating from their wounds. It's not people operating from their experience where they learned that if they were open and vulnerable that they got hurt, so they're going to shut themselves off and never have it happen again. That's not wisdom. That's your trauma talking. So wisdom comes from a sense of wholeness, from higher perspective, and from an understanding that happens when you let go of those, when you surrender those pains, when you surrender that trauma, when you surrender those filters that get in the way. So that's the difference. So again, that understanding is a deep embodiment. It's beyond knowing. It has to be lived. Wisdom is lived. It is a part of your daily life. There's an application of it, so you can know what words mean. You can know, you can know what something is. So, like as an example, so like I can know that dragons. Let's use dragons. That's just come to mind. So I can know lots of information about dragons from reading books, from watching movies. I can have an understanding that they have scales, that they breathe fire, that sometimes they're the heroes, sometimes they're the villain, but there's always some kind of drama and intrigue around the dragons. So I can know that from reading lots of things. But with wisdom, what I can do is I can start to look at how an understanding of dragons is something that I can apply in my own life. So I could look at my own life and go, okay, in what ways am I like a dragon? Are there ways that I'm getting caught up in some drama? Are there ways that I'm getting caught up in the fight? Are there things that I'm like about to burn down in my life? Am I a dragon in some of those ways? And you can also expand beyond that and go into the timelessness of dragons. Dragons have this energy of being timeless, of being connected with the land. They carry so much knowledge and information. So I can take that word of dragon and have this one little picture of what it is, or I can see the connections in all of it and how it connects to me. So for me, the wisdom really is about being able to see the connections in everything. And if you're so caught up in your own dramas and you're so caught up in your own pain and trauma and you're so stuck looking at the past, you cannot get that higher perspective and you cannot see it. So I think of that as being a little bit like Sherlock Holmes, being able to see the connections in everything. So if you're too focused in on the little things in your life, you can't get that bigger picture understanding. So for me, wisdom is that zooming out. It's zooming out into that timelessness so that you can take all the knowledge from all these different times and places and go, how does this apply right now? So hopefully that makes sense. So there's that thing of knowledge, but if you can't apply it, then it's not wisdom. It doesn't become wisdom until you apply it. And within that, there comes up also the stuff around, being able to respond versus react. And again, for me, a reaction is something that's spur of the moment, where you react out of anger or frustration or pain, and you do something that's probably out of alignment that you might regret later. And a response is something where you, again, you can zoom back, you can get a higher understanding of what's going on, and you can respond in a really mindful, aware way. So you take all that wisdom from the things that you've learned in your life and you apply that in real time. Um, so again, I would say, if there's things going on in your life where you feel like you're reacting to, like you're just getting swept away or caught up, or things like that, I would say there's probably a lack of wisdom in those moments, and that's okay. We all have those moments. But it's allowing yourself to, again, just kind of zoom out, become centered, and step into that wisdom and understanding of what's really happening. So wisdom, there's lots of moving parts to it. There's information and knowledge and understanding and healing coming from all different times and places and people. There is a sense of timelessness to wisdom, and you can look at it as being interdimensional and inclusive of the divine and everything else as well. So there is an expansion and an expansiveness within wisdom. um, yeah, and I also find that there's senses of, there's real patience and compassion and like a softening within that. So yeah, so hopefully a lot of these words have kind of help kind of hit home so that you can start to get a feel and some words to focus on for you. So if you know that you're someone who's struggled with patience or compassion in the past, if you know that you're someone who's been, a bit stuck and hard and trying to control, and you feel like you could do with a bit of softening, or if you feel like you get stuck in moments or events from the past and you're wanting to become more timeless, then today's the day. um, so we're going to do some work to really bring you into that energy of wisdom, to get you a bit more familiar with what it feels like, what it looks like, and how to recognize when you're just getting caught up in knowledge versus, the embodiment of that knowledge, so that this is something that you can live with, yeah, every day. So hopefully that sounds good. Morning, Mandy. Oh, I'm so glad. Amazing. Yes, so I think we are ready to meditate. So again, have a quick drink of water if you need it. Get yourself comfortable. You can lie down if you're not going to fall asleep. If you think you might, I would encourage you to sit up just so you can consciously be aware of what's happening in the meditations. It's great to have that conscious and subconscious connection. We heal on deeper levels when it's all happening at once. um, and it, I'm also going to encourage you to invite your kind of that thinking logical mind into the meditation today, because we want to have logic. It's great to be logical. It's good to be able to work things out logically. We want to have common sense. But if you want to invite that thinking mind into the meditation today so that it supports you in it and so that it understands wisdom as well, it just feels like that would be a good thing to do. Because the reality is that all these aspects of you can be aligned with that wisdom, instead of it feeling like there's a conflict or a back and forth within all of that. Right, and any other intentions you want to set, go for it. So if you want to get yourself comfortable and warm and settle back, taking a couple nice deep breaths. Breathe deep. Just feel your body continuing to relax. Feel your muscles releasing any tension, any control. Feel your joints softening. Feel your mind just calming down. Nice and easy. As your breath deepens, just notice your heart responding. Feel your body settling into the seat underneath you. And really allow that seat to hold you and support you. It's going to be there the whole time. Just really relax into it, surrender into it, let it hold you. Just witness your energy being freed up for the meditation and for the healing. Nice, deep, full body breaths. Take a moment just to gently scan through your body. I want you to connect with any parts of you that feel like there's something broken or there's something missing. I want you to ask yourself what you believe is missing there. And what does it feel like has broken there? It's just a belief, it's not true. But allow your body, allow your subconscious to talk to you and tell you what it feels. So whatever your body is talking about, whatever your subconscious is sharing with you, is old information. It's something that happened from the past. So imagine what would happen if that part of you that's stuck in the past became timeless right now. What if those parts of you became unlimited? Those parts of you that feel broken, that feel missing, witness them heal and witness them change as you transcend the story of the past. All those things happened to you so that you could learn, so that you could grow. So allow yourself to have the lessons now. Allow yourself to have the growth. Witness that energy transform. And take a moment and just imagine what your life would be like if you no longer told those stories of trauma. You stopped reliving those stories of pain. Who would you be if you were whole and healed? And who could you be if you really understood that you are more than those stories? Who could you be with all this life experience, but without the baggage that you've carried with it? I want you to allow yourself to connect with the mistakes from your past, all the things you thought you've done wrong, that you've regretted, that you wish you could undo or redo. Just allow yourself to connect with those moments, the ways you felt at those times. And allow yourself to recognize the lessons within those moments. Whether that was learning to be more compassionate at the time, more aware of the truth at that time. That was an opportunity to soften, to be vulnerable. It was an opportunity to be strong, set boundaries. All those moments that you've regretted, that you're ashamed of. Were you learning about dignity? Were you learning about courage? Were you learning about peace, generosity? Were you learning about honor? Were you learning about grace? So whatever you were trying to learn, allow yourself to have those lessons now, but without the pain and the trauma, without the emotional baggage. Surrender all of that. And start to imagine what you can do differently in your life with those lessons, with that learning. Instead of being broken, instead of dissociating, instead of avoiding stuff within, imagine if you can just learn from all those experiences and have a higher perspective of why you went through them. Imagine what you can start to apply now. So instead of just knowing about courage, imagine how you can live a more courageous existence. Instead of just knowing about grace, how can you embody that flow, that harmony, that movement? Instead of just knowing about generosity, how can you really open up to true selfless giving, the sharing of those deeper parts of yourself? Take a breath and move up into your mind, up into your brain, into your third eye, into your crown. Allow yourself to witness, to see, to feel, to hear, to know all that you know. All that knowledge that's there. First off, I want you to just take a moment to feel into the knowing. And recognize how much of what you quote unquote know is actually truth. Sometimes there's a believing, which isn't necessarily true. And then there's a knowing of truth. So all these old memories, any old pain, anything that feels heavy, feels uncomfortable, that you're struggling with, that's not truth. So any attachment to what you think you know, to what you believe you know, breathe deep into that now and allow that to resolve. Any connections you've been trying to make that have been based in that old pain, that old fear, that old trauma, feel them wash away, blow away, change, resolve. Surrender all of that now. Anything that feels chaotic, feels all over the place, feels set in suffering, allow all of that to resolve. Anything that's not truth, surrender it now. Just feel your mind and your brain feeling lighter, cleaner, clearer. Whatever element or elements you want to use. Fire to purify, water to wash away, air to blow through, blow out the cobwebs, earth just to ground it. Yeah. Allow yourself to just witness the changes that are happening right now and to be supported in that. Now feel into the space and the spaciousness in your mind and your brain, to those upper energy centers. So to witness those connections that are based in truth, that are based in love, that are robust, that are strong, not because of control, but because they are strengthened by truth. So welcome in the energy of truth into your body, into your mind. And feel the love that's in it. Witness the beauty of truth. And allow it to be the foundations of how you think, how you feel, what you create, of all that you embody. And allow yourself to recognize the knowledge within you that is truth, that is love, that is light, that is whole, that understands. So start to imagine your life with that knowledge that is truth, and what you will start to build, the ways you'll continue to grow as you start to apply that knowledge, as you start to live it, as it informs your choices, the ways you live your gifts, the ways that you live your purpose. And invite that wisdom into your senses right now, into your eyes, into the ways you see the world and that you see yourself, into your ears, so that you're able to hear the truth. And into that knowing, so that you can have discernment in what is true, and releasing anything that is not. Into that sense of feeling, so that you can feel the truth of what's happening around and within you. So feel that wisdom within your brain, flowing through your nervous system, informing all the communication within you and around you. So that as you interact with yourself and the world around you, that you interact with wisdom, that you interact with true understanding, that you interact with that higher perspective. And that as you choose to respond, that you apply the gifts within you, your compassion, your patience, your vulnerability, your dignity, your grace, your honor, courage that's there, all that peace within, and with a generosity that you are truly generous in your responses to others. Go within your brain, within your mind, and feel a pulsing within you. Feel a rhythm, feel a flow in your mind, your brain, your nervous system, and your body. Allow your intuition to strengthen. Allow it to grow. Surrender the resistance to it now. Feel that moving through your whole body, through every energy center, every organ, every cell. Feel that pulsing, that rhythm, and that flow. Feel that wisdom expand out beyond your body, through your energy, through your aura. And feel your aura and your energy and your body expand. Continue to expand. Feel that spaciousness within you. And the more you expand, the more timeless you become. You witness and you understand that you are interdimensional, that you are timeless, that you are forever. You're able to see and witness the layers of you, the complexity, the working parts of you throughout time, throughout space, through every dimension, without limitation. Allow yourself to witness you as a soul right now. That culmination of every life you've ever had or will have. That timeless energy that is wise, that is grace, that is courage, that is dignity, that is honor, that is generous and generosity. You are your gifts. Feel that. See it. Hear it. And know it. Feel that timeless energy of you as a soul Feel its presence, see its presence, know it within your physical body, within this lifetime, within this moment, and within every moment. Allow that wisdom to inform you here and now, in this plane, on this planet, of how you will respond, of how you will create, what you will choose, and the impact you will have upon the world. All those gifts are present in this moment, in every moment. So witness how you will apply them, how you will live them, how you will embody them in all that you say and do. Step into that timelessness and witness how your past and your future bring wisdom and knowledge into the present moment. Feel that embodiment in your mind, in your brain, through your nervous system. Feel it in your bones, in your muscles, your heartbeat, in your breath, through your skin, through your organs. Breathe deep into that. Take a moment to start to gently move and stretch. Feel that timeless wisdom integrating into your physical body. Become more aware of the seat beneath you, the clothing against your skin, sounds in the room, beyond your room. Take a few nice deep breaths, and whenever you are ready, you can open your eyes. Oh, that feels amazing. So, if you would like to share any insights, any healing, any realizations, or any questions that have come up through that meditation, please feel free. I'd be really happy to hear from you. Today, I'm going to encourage you to think about all the things that you know and how you can start to apply them. So everything you've learned from reading, from school, from courses, from life experiences, what do you already know that you've not been applying, that you've not been living, that you've not been using to create? Because the reality is that if you are eternity and a timeless being, then really you have capacity to know everything. So, yeah, it's just remembering that you know it and living it. The understanding comes from living it, the wisdom comes from living it. So, but you already know that you can start to live and start to do that today and every day. Mandy, yummy. I love it. Kirsty, no problem. Enjoy your call. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thanks for joining. Yeah, Allison, felt energy at work in my head. So the last couple of weeks, there have been massive kind of third eye and crown activations, healings, whatever word you want to use for that. Some days it's definitely been more intense than others, but we are definitely getting some awakening stuff going on. So yeah, so it felt appropriate to bring that in with the wisdom today. So again, it's that allowing yourself to discern truth within the information that you're receiving, and bringing that wisdom through with that. So very cool that you're feeling that, Allison. Yes, ancestral layers of learning and experience. Yes, yes. So it's discerning what's true, what's healthy, what's aligned, and any old stuff you can let it go. Absolutely. Thank you to Allison. Um, oh, Louise, it's been a long time since I had tears in a meditation. Absolutely. So yeah, it's time. It's really time for us to step up. So whatever you are releasing, it's time for it to go. So yeah, no, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you benefited from that. So awesome. Thank you, Jan. Thank you, Jason. Um, thank you, Julie. Sheena, I was seeking the virtues, but now I realize we are actually, yeah, we are these virtues. Yeah, it really is. We recognize that when we live them. If we're not living them, we forget. We feel disconnected, or we feel like we need to do more or learn more, or, things like that. So if we actually live them, then we are them because we are. Mandy, my head's been vibrating and tingling. Been happening all week. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. That's been going on with lots and lots and lots of people. So just be aware that there's some stuff that's healing, some stuff that's shifting, and go with it. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Dawn. Jason had a bit of a sore head, third eye during it all. Yeah, yeah. So interesting. All good now, though. That's good. Great. So yeah, just let all that stuff heal. Thank you, too, Claire. Emily, the moment of witnessing all I know is so freeing. Awesome. New understands of applying knowledge to share wisdom. Perfect. Love it. Sheena, the man signs tissues for every meditation. That's great. It means some deep healing is going on. I love it. Thank you too, Maritia. Integrated the learning from the past week. Awesome. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that was my hope. So I'm glad. So yeah, bringing it all together. Tracy, bring much lighter and healing throughout the body. Awesome. Realized I didn't need to know what the trauma I was holding on to, and just release resistance and letting me move on. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. As long as you get the learning from it, your body will release the trauma. So if you can start to recognize, okay, what was I trying to gain? What are the positive things I've experienced from that? Then your body, your subconscious will start to let go of that trauma because it doesn't need it anymore. So yeah, awesome. Mel felt a big shift again today. Perfect. Thank you. Julie, very intense. Even with my daughter interrupting to tell me about a spider. Do you know what? Spiders are a sign of really psychic, intuitive. Yeah, there's really psychic, intuitive energy with spiders. So that's very cool that it came in. We're doing meditations on intuition. I love that. Use my wisdom to realize the spider didn't matter. Yeah, that's okay. I love spiders. So yeah, they're very cool. So glad it didn't bother you. Thank you, Lisa. Feeling aware of frustration and blocks of application today. Yeah, so that's the stuff to still work through. So just allow that to process, and meditate a bit more on that. See what comes up for you. Yeah, absolutely. It's just a little bit of resistance. You can work through that. Absolutely. Thank you, Elsa. Mel, it's rare when I don't cry. Absolutely fine. Yes. Cool. So I will post in the. Oh, I need to. I may have been too late to add to the event I've already got. If I can, I'll just add some more dates and continue with that. If I'm not too late. If so, I'll need to create a new event. I wish I'd had the wisdom to think about that yesterday. But anyway, there will be an event with information on when I'm going to be back and what the topic will be for meditation. I'll post it here. I'll post it on Instagram as well. And so I will let you know what's coming. Michelle, imagine wisdom being passed through every cell in my body and being pumped by my heart. Awesome. Believing in faith that it will come to fruition. I love it. That sounds great. I like that visualization. That sounds wonderful. Um, yes. So have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Oh, Lisa, very powerful, amazing shifts. Having realizations about the relationships with your physical body too. Yeah. And that is wisdom. When you start to connect how the emotional, the energetic, and the physical all connect and work together, or how they affect each other, that is wisdom. Understanding those connections. So that is perfect. So Kirsten, silence and quiet is what I relate to. Loudness and over energetic is counterproductive and remove me from being able to hear the wisdom. So yeah, so take some time in silence and allow that to come through. Absolutely, do that for yourself. You get it in whatever way that works for you. The issue though is a lot of times people avoid the silence and the quiet, so they don't take the time to do it. So that's what meditation is for, is to allow that to happen. So thank you too, Elsa. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, revisit, redo them. Absolutely not a problem. Thank you, Julie. Have a wonderful day. So, yeah, so y'all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I will see you soon. Thank you.